Hello my beautiful souls and welcome to my tarot card channel. If you're new here, my name is Jem and in today's picker reading we're going to be discussing what about you makes you drop dead gorgeous. So if you want to be a part of the title or the thumbnail selection, make sure to follow because I post polls every week asking you guys what title or thumbnail next. So before we hop into the pile selection, I want to let you guys know the way that I read tarot is about self-reflection. It's about showing you the different options you have, and of course it's for entertainment purposes. So don't take anything too seriously. Know to trust yourself, to trust your intuition, and you have your own free will. So let's hop into the pile selection. So for today we have 3 piles here. The first image is of this beautiful, gorgeous baddie. She's got blonde hair, blue eyes, or like greenish blue eyes. She's got freckles, she's got blush, she's got these beautiful white nails, she's got like lipstick or something on, she's taking like a cute little photo, and she's got like gold jewelry on. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 1. And then for pile 2, we have this other beautiful, gorgeous, sexy baddie. She's got like dark hair, she's got dark brows, she's got more of like an arch in her brow, she's got more of like a stern, serious look to her. She's got a cute little nose, beautiful glossy lips. She's like licking a lollipop. She's also got this nice jaw. She's got freckles. Her skin's all dewy. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 2. And then for pile 3, we have this other beautiful, gorgeous baddie. She's looking upward. She's got like really nice jawline. She's got really clear skin, cute little nose. She's got like laid down eyebrows. She's also wearing a button up. And her ears are showing. There could be something about your ears. So if that catches your eye, please pick pile 3. Okay, let's hop into the piles. Hello my beautiful pile ones. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your reading on what about you makes you drop dead gorgeous. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. So there are bundle readings, you could ask for any deck that you want that I offer. I have index messages, love radio, Pinterest board, charms and initials, tons of different options, and you could let me know, like you could customize them. And then I also have, for some of you that are interested in more of the inexpensive options, I do have single deck readings as well. So if you ever want to get a reading by me, it is available. Also, I am going to have an extended reading to this pile. So if you want to hear more about this pile and you feel like it resonates, you could go check it out on my Patreon. It is linked in the bio, in the description, $7. And also, it's ad-free, it supports the channel, and of course it allows me to say more 18+ messages. So thank you so much for listening to that. Let's hop into your reading. So I've been trying to film this reading for twice now. Jesus Christ, 3 times now, and it's been difficult because I don't know why things have just been, whatever. But anyways, my beautiful pile ones. So let's first talk about your thumbnail. So about your thumbnail, what makes you drop dead gorgeous? I think the first thing is your eyes. People love your eyes. There's like a softness to you. There's something very gentle and loving and, kind and compassionate about you. It's almost like you wear your heart on your sleeve and people can see this, sensitive, loving individual. I was also getting, maybe for some of you that could resonate, but it could also be maybe you have more of a shell up because we have the Furies card, we have the Mars card, we have this card and the Emperor here. So it could be almost like you could be a more emotional person, and that could be something that really makes you drop dead gorgeous, is your emotions and like not having the fear to express how you truly feel, because guess what, emotions are human. So there could be something about that makes you drop dead gorgeous. We'll get more into that in a sec, but there could also be something about your eye contact. You could have beautiful eyes. You could also wear glasses. For some of you, it could be the glasses you wear. People could really like the glasses you wear. The frames of it really fits your face. You could have freckles. You could your makeup, the way you do your makeup could be on point. I'm also getting the way your lips look. Your lips are very kissable, okay? We have kiss you softly. There's something about your lips. You could have really beautiful lips. It's the way you line your lips. You could have really big lips. You have beautiful lips. So that is what is coming out. I'm also getting, for some of you, if you guys paint your nails, there could be something about people liking maybe the more natural colors on you, like for example, like whites, blacks, grays, or like pinks or something. Maybe those are the colors that you usually go for, or like browns or something, and it like really enhances your beauty. It like doesn't take away from you. It's almost like an additional enhancement. I don't know. But that's what I was getting. Specifically white, because that's what we have in the thumbnail. And some of you guys could have blonde hair. People could really like your blonde hair. So that could be what I'm getting from your thumbnail. Let's hop into your cards. Okay, so for the cards, what I was getting, specifically with the Knight of Cups in reverse, what I'm getting is the overall message with this card is what makes you attractive, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is the fact that you do not fall for illusions or sweet talk. Like, you're not afraid to, and like, you know that you don't owe anyone anything. You know that whole expression of like, I don't owe you, you do not owe me. Basically, it's something that my therapist taught me, and it's basically saying like, you don't want to people please, right? So you don't owe anyone anything. Just because they ask you to do something, just because people want you to do something, doesn't mean you have to do it, right? And it's the vice versa. Just because, you know, like they don't owe you anything either, you know? So we can't like get upset with people when they don't do the things that we want them to, you know? So there could just be something about that card in particular. That's what this card means. That basically you don't do anything that you don't want to do. And you don't let people sweet talk you. You don't let anyone, you know, make you second guess yourself. You have a strong sense of like self-will and self-preservation. You have a strong sense of confidence. And you are definitely not somebody to just, you know, let anybody sweet talk you or try to, you know, convince you otherwise. It says, I don't chase, prove yourself first. This is emotional maturity makes you mysterious, rare, which people find to be incredibly appealing. Then for the Four of Pentacles, the card right next to it, upright, you have a powerful protective energy. You have boundaries, self-control, and you don't give yourself away easily just to make yourself look high value. You don't care if, you know, if someone's like, oh, just do this and I'll do what you want. It's like, no, like either like I'm not going to let you, you know, try to manipulate or sweeten the bargain or X, Y, and Z. You either pay this price or you're not having it. Or there's something about like just having boundaries, self-control, and like the more you have high regards towards yourself, the more people will value you in return. You know, and I think that's just how your personality is. That's how you treat the world, and it's like the world radiates that back to you. It's like, you know, you are high value and you do not accept anything less. And that is what makes you so drop dead gorgeous, pile one. With the Emperor card in reverse, it says, people find you gorgeous because you don't try to dominate or intimidate. You have this natural authority even when you don't even try. Your beauty is effortless, not forced. It's like you don't force anything. You don't try to chase after people. It's not like a chase, it's like attract. You attract your abundance. You attract your, you know, lovers, friends, whatever. It's like you don't chase after things because you know that you don't need them. You don't need anybody. You don't need any of this. You know that you have everything that you've ever wanted already inside you, and you can fulfill every single need that you've ever needed. So you're not going to let yourself stoop to a level of, you know, less value or trying to chase something to fill a void that can already be filled by you. So like, for example, this is the best example I could think of with a man, right? Sometimes when people struggle with like, you know, issues with their family or just issues with men, like this is just an example, the best one that I could think to describe. They will chase male validation, right? So what they'll do is like they'll basically, you know, hope and seek and try to do different things to try to get a male's attention. And it's like in a way that they're chasing, but then it's like they're basically giving their power to this person, to this man, when their power was already inside. And they're doing this because they feel like there's a void missing inside of themselves, which is they feel unlovable. So there could be something about that where it's like, you don't do that, pile one. You don't chase external validation. You don't chase nothing. Because you already know everything you ever needed is already inside. And your power is within. It's within. Within. The power within. You guys watch that SpongeBob episode? The power is already within you. The power is already here, Pile 1. It's already within you. And that's what makes you drop dead gorgeous, is you don't fucking chase. You're like, I already know my worth, I already know my value. Especially if you guys are running a business. For some of you, this could be running a business. You don't chase clients. You don't chase, customers. You don't chase, because you don't have to come after them. Or you don't have to lessen the value of your product just to get these people. Your value is your value, okay? And you don't need to stoop any less than. So for some of you, that could be it. It's like almost like when you start to treat yourself with more respect, people start treating you with more respect. So what makes you drop dead gorgeous is like people, the way you value yourself makes people value you more. But also just to like re-emphasize, you don't need to do nothing to be valuable, okay? You were valuable the second you were born. It's just about realizing it. It's just about seeing it. It's just about believing in it, okay? You don't have to do anything else. It's just about knowing that you have been valuable. So I think Pile 1, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is that you know your worth. With the card next to it, the Seven of Cups in reverse says, you see through BS. You choose carefully. You have clarity. This shows confidence, very strong sense of confidence. Groundedness, sharp intuition. People admire your mental clarity and how real you truly are. I think you're someone who, is very honest, and that's what people admire. I think there's something about you, being able to see through people's bullshit as well and able to like help others to see through people's bullshit. There could be something about you being that friend that will like tell your friend, hey, this person's manipulating you. Or, hey, be careful with what this person's saying because it's a little bit fishy. Like, you're able to, like, really, catch the red flags or, like, catch these, like, illusions very, very quickly. It says, let me think, and this person's, like, thinking about what food to get. So there could be something about you also being very decisive. There could be something about you also not having a hard time, like, trying to figure out what to choose or what to make. It's like you're very decisive. You know what it is you want because you know yourself, Pile 1. So overall, though, what I'm getting with the more oracle cards, so with the business card, what I'm getting about you is you could be very ambitious, very disciplined. You could have like an entrepreneurial mindset, which could also add to your attractiveness. We also have, you could have an amazing personality. There could be something about your personality. You have a charm that isn't shallow. It's like your personality really radiates. Maybe you have like maybe very intense or very kind, loving, soft type of personality. I'm kind of getting like a duality here. It's like very soft individual, but then also like not soft at all, like very rigid. Somebody who's like just, it's giving like very honest individual. We also have kiss you softly. There could be something about you being a great kisser. There could be something about, again, like your lips. What makes you drop dead gorgeous is your lips. You could be a great kisser. It's giving me like Bratz doll. So there could be definitely a softness, but beneath your strength, your beauty makes people want to approach you tenderly and nicely. There could be something about you seem soft, so people like want to come towards you softly as well. And not soft, like I'm not calling you soft. I think it's just like you seem sweet. That's what I'm trying to say. With the Mars here, so this one is specifically from my deck, so I'm going to read it straight out of the book. This card represents basically the planet Mars, right? And it says the Mars planet is about aggression. It determines how you assert yourself, take action. That's so interesting. The energy that surrounds you, particularly in your sex life, your ambition, when you're angry. And I was getting anger as well. We have literal frustration or furious underneath that card. So there could be something about, excuse me, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is maybe the fact that you could be trying to be more assertive, trying to be more, stern with yourself, and not caring if that bothers somebody. There could also be something about you not being upset with yourself for being angry. There could be something about you accepting, appreciating those parts of yourself and loving your every single part of emotion that you have, like especially anger. Anger is a beautiful thing. It shows you that, your boundaries have been disrespected and it's time to be more assertive in that area. So there could be something about, for you, Pile 1, is you could have a very good balance with your anger. You could have very good balance with your boundaries and, again, knowing your worth. So that could be what, makes you drop dead gorgeous. And then lastly, I want to say, it says, it also represents surrounding particularly your sex life, your ambitiousness. You could be very ambitious. You could also be very passionate, very sexy. There could be something about you being maybe aggressive or be aggressive. There could be something about maybe taking charge with your sex life or something. There could be something about maybe you could be the initiator. There could be something about you initiating. And that could be something that's very attractive, makes you drop dead gorgeous. That could be how somebody views it. So that's what I have with that. And then the Lost card right next to that. So this could be more of a deeper message, so please stay with us. This card doesn't mean anything bad about you. This card could represent your beauty coming from, a depth. You may have gone through things that made you wiser, stronger, and more emotionally layered. And people could feel that in your energy. I'm also getting, maybe for some of you, maybe you recently, maybe you've lost a lot of people, but you don't let their losses, what is the expression, go in vain. It's almost like you keep everything you've learned from every experience that you've ever had, and it's all it's carried in a good way. It's carried in a memorable, appreciative, I want to make a change type of way. Hope that makes sense. You could be very emotionally intelligent. You could be someone who feels very deeply. You could also be very warm, empathetic, and magnetic. With your Fury here, you could be very passionate. You could be someone who, cares fully, cares deeply about things. And people find your fire and intensity very captivating. It's like no other. And then lastly, this card is you're caring, you're loyal. It shows how deeply you love. And there could also be a new turn to you though, where it's basically you're learning how to maybe not let things affect you as deeply as they used to, for example, letting go of needing to maybe be in control of certain things, because sometimes things are out of our control. So it's kind of that's what this whole expression is about, is they don't owe you anything. Sometimes we can't control the things that are outside of us. So we sometimes have to just let it go and continue on with more knowledge and more boundaries if needed. So I hope that makes sense, but that is what I have. I think what makes you drop dead gorgeous is you are the one. I think genuinely, Pile 1, you have this energy and aura to you that is like no other. It is truly unique, truly special. It's the emotions that is what makes you powerful, and to not forget that. So that's what I have with your cards. Let's see what we have with your Pinterest board. So the Pinterest board is going to help us get a little bit more physical traits. I think you could be a softie. I think you're a softie, Pile 1. I think you could be you may try to hide it, but you're a softie, and you're a softie at heart. And for some of you, I'm kind of getting spicy Italian. Or for some of you, maybe it's you could be a little bit sassy. And listen, that's what makes you special, baby girl. So we have 30 self-discovery questions. There could be something about you discovering yourself. Maybe you're on the quest to, you know, to self-discovery, figuring out who it is you are, what it is you want to be. And that could be, it says also proposal tips that win clients fast. Interesting. There could be something about, interesting. Okay, so interesting how we had the business card talking about business. About you working on finding clients and like fast. Maybe there's something about like a message saying what makes you drop dead gorgeous is like the fact that your personality, who you are, and also maybe some tips that you use helps you win clients fast. And it's like you have no fear with that. So what else am I having? There could, again, self-discovery. There could be something about what makes you drop dead gorgeous is like the fact that you know yourself. You guys could look like this. You guys could, the color green could look very great on you. Also the color red. I'm getting like red, maybe like a red lip. There could be something about the color red or like an orangey red, especially with the Mars card and the Emperor card. It's like fiery, burning passion. I think the color red looks great on you. What makes you drop dead gorgeous could be like your tan skin. You could have very glowy, smooth skin. People could love your hair color. People could love your long lashes. Again, your lips, your lips, your lips, your lips. You guys could have a beautiful rack. And the reason why I say that is because underneath this, we had the business card. And like I covered it up a little bit and it made me think of like busty. So like you could not only be busy, but also busty. Like you could have a beautiful rack. So, you trippin', shorty? You guys could be very funny. There could also be something about you being very soft and fluffy. Maybe it could be something. Also, there could be something about maybe you making unique like cookie recipes. What else? There could be something about you are literally made by God. You are beautiful. There could be something about your connection to God. I was getting that. You could be like a gift by God. It's like there's something about you having an amazing connection between the universe and God. And to not forget that. What else do we have? Again, you could have beautiful eyes. There could be something about your eyeshadow. The way you put like eyeshadow around your eyes like makes your eyes pop. Some of you guys could be cat lovers. There could also be something about you could be really good at detecting a lie. You could be so good at detecting lies. Pile 1. You guys could be also very lucky. There could be something about the number 8, which is about abundance. So like there could be a lot of abundance coming your way. Or what makes you drop dead gorgeous is you just look abundant. You look like you take care of yourself. You look like you have your shit together. You just look like, you know, you're just absolutely living your best life. Even if you're not. And that's what's crazy. Some of you guys could be a nature lover. Some of you guys could love to just, you know, spend time in nature, and maybe some of you guys have like a partner that does that, and maybe it's like your connection is like you are drop dead gorgeous. Because like the way you love to spend time in nature, and maybe like your loyalty, maybe it's like your connections. There's something about that also makes you like adds to your attractiveness. It says doing something with the soul, creativity or love to put something of yourself onto what it is you create. There could be something about your passion, your creativity, the way you express yourself through creation. There could be something about you literally put your heart, your blood, sweat, and tears into everything that it is that you create. It's like your soul is connected to that. You could also be the odd one out. Literally, like you stand out from a crowd. It's like there's something very different about you. Maybe it's the way you look. It could literally be the way you look. And that's what makes you drop dead gorgeous, is your uniqueness. It's the oddity. It's the strangeness. It's the weirdness. That's what makes you beautiful. I have stability. Ability to stab. I think you could be very funny. I think you could also be very, maybe aggressive, but in a good way. And like, I think I'm also getting, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, but there could just be something about, there's nothing wrong with your aggressiveness, okay? If you're a female and like for some reason you feel some sort of shame about being aggressive, why should you feel ashamed for that when there's plenty of men out there who aren't ashamed for being aggressive? Yet they're basically, you know, worshipped for being more aggressive. You know, it's like the, what is it called? The fucking, it's just, so I just want to remind you, pile one, if this resonates with you, fucking be aggressive. Literally be aggressive. Don't feel like you have to be any less than just because, you know, your environment or people around you made you feel like you had to act some type of way just because you're, you know, a female or something. Don't let that shit get to you. Remove that belief, uproot it, throw it in the trash, because it ain't true. You're just as enough allowed to be aggressive just as anybody else. Okay? Your aggression is what makes you beautiful. You guys could have a beautiful chest. You guys could look like Madison Beer. There could be something about your layered hair. Again, you could have like beautiful, like maybe sunglasses. You could have a beautiful house. People could like your arched brows. There could be something about your eyelashes, your makeup, the way you do your makeup. Maybe even when you look like with no makeup, it's still beautiful. People could like your cross necklace. But that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile ones. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, consider subscribing. And if you're interested in hearing more, we will have a Pinterest reading. Or, we'll have a Patreon extended. So, thank you. It will be in the bio. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile twos. If you chose this thumbnail, this will be your reading on what about you makes you drop dead gorgeous. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. So I have bundle readings, so the ultimate love reading, ultimate career reading, ultimate 18 plus reading. Tons over there to choose from. You can customize them by choosing which decks you want to see. Also, there are index messages, Pinterest board, love radio. So if you want to see any of those, you just let me know, and they have unlimited questions. Or if you want more inexpensive option, we do have single deck readings as well, with every single deck listed over there. So if you're interested, check it out. If not, no worries. Also, we're going to have an extended reading to this reading. So if you feel like this resonated with you and you want to hear more, you could check it out on my Patreon. It's $7, and also it's ad-free. It supports the channel, and of course, it allows me to say more 18 plus messages. So let's hop into reading. Thank you for listening. My beautiful pile two. So what I'm getting from your thumbnail, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is, first off, you're sexy as hell. Genuinely. I believe you're sexy. I think you're hot. I think you're funny. But more specifically, sexy. I think there's something about you that is a little bit devilish. I also am kind of getting, like, you're just sexy, pile two. What else can I say? I think there could also be something about your lips. People could really find your lips to be very attractive. I think you also have beautiful eyes, beautiful eye contact. I think there's something about your skin is very, like, clear, healthy, beautiful. You could have freckles. You could take really good care of your skin. And you could also have beautiful, like, black or brownish hair, long lashes. The way you do your eye makeup is definitely to die for. So that's what I got with your thumbnail. There could also be something specific about, like, licking a lollipop. Maybe you do, like, certain things to, like, turn people on. It's a little flirty. And that could be something specific that makes you drop dead gorgeous. I don't know. I think you're just, your personality, you could be very flirty. I think that's what that's trying to say, is like you're flirty, you're spicy, and you're everything nicey. Okay. So we have cards here, and then we're going to do Pinterest board. But the first thing I want to say is, I think you could have gone through a little bit of, you know, difficult period of time, potentially, pile two. And, like, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is the fact that you are looking within. Maybe you've walked away. Look at this cat. Like, he's literally on a skateboard riding away from this tower moment. and they're healing, they're evolving, they're protecting themselves, they're looking inward and seeing this beautiful light that's within them, they're reflecting a lot. And then we have the narcissistic card. It's like you're finding more love for yourself. So what I'm getting for you, pile 2, what makes you drop dead gorgeous, is you could be an individual who is great at setting date nights. You could make really fun, exciting dates, whether it's with your friends or with, your partners. There could be something about your outfits also when you go out on date night. There could just be something about like the pictures you take, the outfits you wear, maybe you and your friends like all dress up together, and you literally look drop dead gorgeous. I think with the 4 of Cups in reverse, what I'm getting from this card is you make people wake up and appreciate life. So you make other people feel excited. You get people out of their emotional stagnation. Even though you might be going through a thing of your own, you help them overcome their, emotional turmoil as well. Maybe it's like you set a day to like check in with your friends and reignite with your friends or your loved ones or partners. And you're like, let's just, focus on the moment. I think you bring people out of, emotional turmoil. I'm also getting, you could be the type of person to really appreciate what's in front of them. You could be someone who, really appreciates what they miss and realizes what they've been missing. You could be the type of person that you like actually, wake people up to realize what it is that they're missing. Like you show people, look at this, opportunity that you haven't ever seen. Like, for example, the best example I could think is like, my family has never traveled outside of the, the U.S. So it's like, you show them pictures, you show them all these different videos, and you're like, look how beautiful it is outside the U.S. Look at what you're missing. So there could be something about that with you, pile 2. What makes you drop dead gorgeous is like you show people what they're missing. And maybe that's even lovers too. Maybe there's like an ex or something, and you show off, and you're like, yeah, look at what you're missing. Look at what you missed out. And that could be what makes you drop dead gorgeous too. But not in a way that's like, not in a way that is passive aggressive, but in a way that's just like, I'm going to shine bright, and if that happens to upset you, too bad. With the Sun card being upright, I think you're someone who's very pure, radiant, you have this like joyful beauty. I think there's something specific about your smile, your warmth, your positive aura. There's something about your inner child energy, the way you have fun, the way you bring out this inner childlike fun with others, your optimism, you literally glow. I think people feel happier just being around you. With the Tower card here, this is like the wake-up call. Sometimes this is, okay, I'm just going to clarify. Sometimes this could be like a little bit of like a warning sign when it pops up in a reading, being like, hey, keep an eye out for, some potential uprooting. Like there could be a bit of a chaotic situation that may happen soon, or it may also maybe has happened in the past. Or this could just be a general message saying, you shake people out of their patterns. Maybe you're like the type of person to really turn their world upside down and heal others to like make them realize, hey, these habits that you've been it's like almost like you drop this sense of wisdom that people have never heard before. And it's like they just like, they think on it. They think hard and long about it, and they're like, wait, pile 2 was so right about that. That literally changed my whole world. That literally is like something that changed my whole world. And I didn't even realize, and this person has opened my eyes to it. So there's something about you being people's wake-up call. Like you literally wake people up. But you like shake people out of their usual patterns as well. Like you help people heal. There's something about you that you could be someone who maybe pushes people's buttons a little bit, but like in a good way. In a good way to challenge their thoughts and their beliefs, to like uproot them, And like it's so interesting because it says your competition isn't other people, it's your bad habits, your egos, your fear, your distraction, and lack of discipline. There's something about you, pile 2, that it's like you literally say this to people. It's like, stop trying to compare yourself to other people and start, you versus you. Start fighting your own bad habits, your egos, your fears. Because those are the only thing that's actually holding you back. It's almost like you really wake people up and you really shake people's, you know, their boots, their socks or something. What is the expression? People be shaking in their boots. So people don't forget you because you challenge them. You change them, you disrupt their comfort zone. There could be something about you that you could also have a really strong personality. You could be someone who isn't afraid to be loud and proud, somebody who is really just themselves. And it may make people uncomfortable, but you're like, you know what? It's teaching them how to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, maybe this is encouraging them. Maybe you encourage them to be more like themselves. You know? So I think you are just someone who's transformable, or like you transform others, and that's what makes you drop dead gorgeous, is this energy. With the Chariot card being right next to it, the Chariot is upright, is your determination is hot. I think you're genuinely, not only are you hot externally, physically, but your determination is hot. There's something about your ability to really focus in on a task, or focus in on like your projects or your goals, and get that shit done. And like quickly too. And it's very attractive, it's very hot. Your drive, you're driven and you're magnetic. You move with purpose, and people admire you for your ambition, your discipline, your direction. There's something very unstoppable about you. Another thing I'm getting with the Chariot could be, for some of you, maybe you guys are like moving, and there could be something about where you're moving or where you're going that is almost like it's adding to you as well. It's like gonna make your life better, or I don't know, just be something about moving behind unhealthy habits or ego or whatever this is, and it's like it's adding to you. It's like adding, it's making you even more drop dead gorgeous. I hope that makes some sense. With the protection card here, there could be something about your self-preservation, the way you protect yourself, the way you maybe protect others. You could be like the type of person to keep kids safe, keep people safe, really call people out on their bullshit, you know, call people out on their lies, call people out on their deception. And you're not afraid to, you know, protect others, like especially if like you're like out on a night's prowl or whatever with your friends, and like somebody's like, you know, having issues on the side, like you're the type of person to get involved and like protect the person. So that's what I'm getting with your tarot cards. I think their overall message is like you're someone who's very authentic. You are like, you have that presence that's very transformable, and you transform people along the way. You're healed, you're strong, you're deeply protective, you're an incredible communicator, right? You're intense, you're loyal, you're memorable. People remember you. People do not forget you, pile 2. You're focused, you're someone who's radiant, warm, you're able to shake people to wake up, and you're someone who inspires others to want to do better for themselves. It's like while you do better for yourself, that inspires others around you. So that's what I have with these cards. Is there anything else I could say? I think you could also be someone who takes the time to like self-reflect. You could also be the type of person to, you know, really sit with your thoughts and reflect on your thoughts or your ego. There could be something about a castle or like a tower, right? We have like this big like building, these skyscraper buildings coming out here. So there could be something about maybe like, for some of you this could be a really specific message. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it, but maybe moving to like a new city, or like city life, or there could be something about you meeting new people along the way. There could also be something about you being the type of person to steer clear of disaster. So that's what I have with your cards. Let's see what we have with your Pinterest board. So it says ways to end a chapter. Okay, so for some of you, maybe there's like a chapter ending. It says, no, I will not elaborate because I have no idea what I just said. Maybe for some of you, there could be something about raccoons, maybe raccoons being your spirit animal or something. There could also be something about you not like interested in elaborating. You don't have to explain yourself or explain yourself to anyone. And maybe sometimes people ask you to repeat yourself and you're like, nah. Maybe you say also the most like crazy, quirky things, like without maybe thinking. And that could be what makes people find you to be drop dead gorgeous. It's like maybe you don't have a filter. Maybe you're like the type of person to say whatever and not get upset by it or embarrassed by it. Maybe you have no embarrassment. Maybe you never get embarrassed, and that could be something that, makes you drop dead gorgeous. I'm also getting ways to end a chapter. It says cliffhanger, unanswered question, revelation, emotional impact, decision point, action, or movement. Wow, this is pretty good for like, storytelling or writing a novel. Maybe you guys are book writers. Maybe you guys want to write your book, or maybe you guys are really good at like literacy or like writing. Maybe specifically writing a book or like romantic novels or something. But what I'm getting from that is like specifically what like the overall message, general message is like, it says something about ending a chapter. So maybe what makes you drop dead gorgeous is like you ending this chapter is adding to you. There's something that you're leaving behind. There's stuff that you're leaving behind. You're entering a new chapter of your life. And it's like it's almost like people are on the edge of their seat. People are like, oh my God, how is this person going to even get better than they were? Because they were already amazing. You just keep surprising people. You just keep glowing up. You keep leveling up. People can't get enough. I wouldn't be surprised if you have a following, to be honest. Okay, so what else am I getting? There could be something about your routines, your daily routines. There could be also something about university. Maybe you went to like a really nice university. There could be something about you making friendship bracelets. Some of you, if you guys have kids, y'all have beautiful kids, okay? Your babies are beautiful. There could be something about maybe if you don't have kids already, maybe there's something in the future. Maybe there's someone in particular, what makes them view you as drop dead gorgeous is like, wow, me and this person would have beautiful kids. Maybe that's a message. You could also be a great cook. Your food is like delicious. You could also have a beautiful home, cozy boho type of decor. You could also be the type of person that is no longer saving people from their own demise. Maybe there's a message about you used to like try to save people from their own demise, but the chapter is closing, that chapter has closed, and you're no longer trying to save people from their own demise. You're like, JPEG or PDF? Which would you like? They're like, save me, and you're like, JPEG or PDF? Which would you like? Some of you guys could speak Spanish. There could be something about the name Cameron. I'm also getting, it says smoking kills. Maybe you guys are like throwing away addictions or any types of addictions that no longer are serving you or adding to your health. Maybe you guys are talking to a therapist. There could be something about sitting down and having a talk session with the therapist. That could be really adding to your life and just bringing you like closer to your higher self. You could be maybe a little bit forgetful, and people could find that to be very adorable about your personality. Maybe there's something about hormones. It says you're way too creative for a 9 to 5. There could be something about you being very, very creative. You could be, if you had like a spirit animal, maybe you're like a Doberman. Stable, that's for horses. Maybe you're like maybe you're crazy. Maybe you have a little bit of craziness to you, file 2, and we're thriving for that. You could also be very unique. You could have like really cool, creative things in your house. I think you're also hot as hell. There could be something about your tongue. I was kind of getting, there could be something about your tongue You could have really nice tongue. People could also really like your lips. You could have like really glossy lips. People could be very, very attracted to that. Just letting you know. I think you're also a hot person at work. What else? There could be something about the movie Fight Club. It's interesting how, from what I remember, this movie is like basically this guy is like basically, he doesn't have like a backbone. He doesn't really stick up for himself. And then there's like Brad Pitt that is like his alter ego that comes in to protect him and being like, you need to stick up for yourself. You need to, do better for yourself, or like basically like trying to snap him back into reality to like be like, wake up. You need to like actually, in a like it's in a bit of a toxic way. It's kind of like you need to be more of like a man or some shit, which obviously I don't believe in that stuff. I think what we could learn from this movie, since it's popping up, is maybe you are like the Brad Pitt. You are like this alter ego of like, self-preservation, protection, needing to like basically, you're not gonna let these people talk to you like that, right? What if there's an in-between? What if we could find an in-between, and maybe specifically, sometimes therapy also teaches us like, we don't need to react to everything, right? We don't need to respond to everything. Sometimes we just need to walk away. And that could be something that you are learning. That could be something that you're already taking, working towards or doing, pile 2. And that is that's just like, oh my God, it's adding to your life in so many different ways, because you're no longer fighting the fights that don't need to be happening. Or just like, not letting people get to you. So that could be for some of you. I'm also getting, in a more positive way, maybe it is just, Pitt, and that's it, like you stick up for these people. Or maybe these people just need to figure out how to stick up for themselves. So that's what I'm getting with that. Besides that, let's focus more on what makes you drop dead gorgeous. There's definitely something about your soul, maybe even about your ego. There's something really deep coming in here. There's something about your soul. I think your soul, genuinely. Maybe it's your sadness, because we have the color blue and black. Maybe it's like the darkness. I don't know. It's crazy how it says lose your mind, find your soul. Maybe you're finding your soul. There could be something about your tan skin. Maybe like lace dresses. Maybe some boxers. Maybe people, if you're a man, there could be something about people liking the way you look in boxers. If you're a man, you could have really nice dark hair, like wavy dark hair. People could like your outfits. Maybe you wearing like white khakis or dress pants, your tattoos, your t-shirts. And that is what I have for you, my beautiful pile 2s. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a like, and if you're interested in hearing more, we're gonna have an extended. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose this image, this will be your reading on what about you makes you drop dead gorgeous. So before we hop into the reading, I want to let you guys know I do offer personal readings. I have bundle readings like the ultimate mega reading, ultimate love reading, career reading, 18+ reading, shadow work reading. So if you're interested, those are customizable. You could choose whatever deck or choose, Pinterest board, love radio, charms and initials. And if you're looking for a more inexpensive option, we also have single deck readings over there as well. So if you want to get a reading over there. We're also going to have an extended Patreon reading. So if you feel like this pile really resonated with you and you want to hear more, you can check it on my Patreon. It's $7. It is linked in the bio, in the description. And yeah, it's ad-free. It supports the channel and allows me to say more 18+ things. So if you're interested, check it out. If not, no worries. Thank you for listening. Let's hop into your reading. So, my beautiful pile 3s. So the first thing I'm getting from your thumbnail, what about you is drop dead gorgeous, is your optimism. Your optimism. You're so optimistic. I think people really love that about you. It's like you have an abundant mindset. You're able to really look towards, every obstacle with a positive outlook and see it as, failures are just opportunities of learning, right? So that's what I'm getting. Just like the way her head is pointed and she's looking up with her head tilted up high, like she holds confidence, she holds that ability to, she walks with her head up high, her head held high. Jesus Christ. I'm also getting more based on your appearance. What about your appearance is you could have this very beautiful, like, natural look to you. People could love your eye color. People could love your eyes. For some of you, there could be like the shape of your eyes specifically. You could have a cute button nose. There could be something about your gorgeous lips. You could have a really nice jawline. There could also be something about the way you lay down your eyebrows or your baby hairs. There could also be something about your, the length of your hair, the color of your hair. You could have cute little ears too. There could also be something about wearing button-ups. Maybe you look really great in a button-up. But that's what I have with your thumbnail, so let's talk about these cards. So we have a lot of cards here. But overall, the general message I'm getting is what makes you drop dead gorgeous is the fact that you walk away from things that no longer serve you. It's like you know that you deserve more for yourself. You know that there's more out there for you. There's more to reach for. There's higher mountains to climb. There's, that there's more out there for you. And you walk away from stagnation, things that are holding you back. You have an aura of someone who chooses peace over chaos. You could be someone who likes to grow a lot over, you choose growth over stagnation. People find that to be very attractive because you don't cling on to safety or what makes you feel comfortable. It's like you step out of your comfort zone. You evolve and constantly evolving, even if it's uncomfortable. You have a lot of self-respect. So specifically with the King of Swords in reverse, this shows that even though you could be logical, sharp, you don't lead with coldness. You have this softer, softness underneath. People find that to be gorgeous. It's, you're not intimidatingly stoic. You could be stoic, like that could be something about stoicism. But it's in a way that's like, it's not intimidating. It's not in a way that, I think you're very sharp, very logical, but it's not cold. It's not in a way that's cold. You show your feelings. You're real. You're emotionally expressive. There could be a mix of strength and vulnerability that draws people in. With the Five of Swords here, so this emphasizes peacekeeper energy. You don't create drama. You don't fight to prove yourself. You know how to let things go gracefully. And your beauty is in the ability to be calm in the chaos, especially with this Tower here. So there could be something about, for you, Pile 3, it's like almost like when someone tries to, cause chaos, or somebody tries to get you to react, like when somebody's nasty to you, somebody says something really nasty or out of the blue, you just look at them you don't even react, you just ignore them. You just almost like brush that shit off your shoulders and you just sit there and ponder. It's really giving like the thinking man. Like you could think a lot. You could also just be maybe someone who really does not react. It's like you're very calm in the chaos. There's something about you not being scared and trusting yourself. It's like you know that you can wither any storm and you're not afraid. I'm not afraid. And you're not afraid to be uncomfortable, right? You may put yourself in situations where you step outside, right? You step outside your comfort zone. And sometimes there's going to be nasty people, right? And they say some nasty things, and you just look at them You don't say anything. You just ignore them. You keep on your daily life and you keep going. And you don't take it personally. You're like, you know what? I put myself at a risk. When I put myself outside, I put myself at a risk to sometimes bump into, like a 1% chance to bump into these types of people. And I'm not bothered by it because I know it doesn't define me, it defines them. That person's just a shitty person. And I'm going to keep walking. And I'm just going to, let it go. You're definitely the type of person to just like let things go and not hold on to anything because nothing bothers you. There's just something about you, pile 3, it's like nothing bothers you because you don't take it personally. You know it has nothing to do with you at all. With the Tower card upright, it says, this is powerful. This is it's kind of crazy that we got this card twice in 2 different decks. We got it in pile 2 and we got it in pile 3. So if you watched pile 2 and pile 3, the overall message for you, my beautiful individual who's watching this, you are very transformative, okay? You fucking change people's worlds, okay? So that's a big message. But if you're just watching pile 3, you're also transformable. I'm also just getting there's something about you, again, like getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. You're not afraid of shit breaking down. Like if a building falls down, it's like you're not afraid. There's something about you being calm in the chaos. You know that you could handle any obstacle that comes your way, any mountain that comes your way. And you do it with peace, patience, and like it's giving Buddhism. It's giving like a monk, Like the monk doesn't let things outside of them control their emotions. They're able to control their emotions inside. They get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So that's very heavy here. So what makes you drop dead gorgeous is that it's your calmness. It's your ability to not let anything impact you. Even if you feel angry inside, guess what? Emotions are normal. Feeling angry is a normal thing. But it's like you just observe them and you're like, okay, I notice that I'm angry right now, but I'll wave bye to it and I'll let it pass because it's only temporary. And it's like you acknowledge the feelings as happening, but not as your own. Does that make sense? So it says your presence can shake people awake. You change rooms, you change people, relationships just by showing up. It's beauty that is unforgettable, intense, and impossible to ignore. You ignore others, but people cannot ignore you. That's for sure. With the generous card, the generous, I think you are very generous. I think you're very your spirit is very generous. You give warmth, attention, and care, and energy. I think you could also just be a very generous person overall. You really try to give people the benefit of the doubt. You try to look at the good in everybody. And even when, shit that is out of your control hits, like for example, look at this image. This guy's like running out on this dinner and she's like upset about it. Even if like maybe this guy had somewhere to go, maybe there was an accident, maybe his grandma fell down the stairs or something, like maybe there's a reason to why he stood her up, and he's like looking at you're giving this person the benefit of the doubt. So, but also, still having boundaries for yourself, not constantly letting that shit happen. Like if this person consistently does it and you don't appreciate that, then don't keep showing up to the date. You know what I mean? So, we also have, I think, so that's what I'm getting, like, you're very generous, you're someone who gives people the benefit of the doubt, and it says, I wish you see how much I care. I think what this card suggests is that people appreciate how much you truly care, and people could see it, and you don't even have to communicate that. People could see it through your actions. Even when you don't even express loudly that you care, people could see it through your actions. You're quite loyal. You have a lot of emotional depth. You are breathtaking to people who know you closely. With the green balance card, it says, you have a naturally balanced vibe. You're pretty grounded, soft but strong, emotionally but rational. This equilibrium is extremely attractive and comforting. I think you're a very grounded individual. I think there's a lot of balance to your life. You bring a lot of balance to people's lives. It's like this, you have a little bit of everything. You are all that somebody could want. And then I think you also make people feel comfortable. But I also think you're not afraid to be uncomfortable. I think you may also encourage people to not be afraid to be uncomfortable. I think your energy relaxes people. I think you're more approachable. I think you're warm. And also not in a like intimidating way. Another thing I'm getting is with the Knight of Cups. Oh, I didn't write about that one. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the overall message of what makes you drop dead gorgeous is you're like a rare mix of many different things. I think you're evolving, you're emotionally honest, you're peaceful, you're not dramatic, your presence is powerful and transformative. You care deeply, you're generous, you're balanced, and you make other people feel safe and comfortable. I think you're also the type of person that knows that everything you've ever wanted is already yours, and that's why you're not afraid to handle any obstacle that comes your way. I think you also are the type of person to realize with life comes the highs and lows, right? Sometimes we have a good high on a cycle, right? Every life is like a cycle. Some days are very high where we achieve a lot, and then some days are low and we sometimes have a shitty day. But it's all part of the process, and it's like sometimes those things are out of our control, but it's not about how we, try to control them. It's about how we handle it. How do we react? We don't, right? It's just another Tuesday. It's just another day. It's okay. And I think that's what makes you truly drop dead gorgeous. And then I think you're also someone who trusts the process. It's like you trust and you know that that you're getting to where it is you want to be, no matter how long it takes. And also, it's like you trust the process and you accept you accept the hardships, you accept the failures that come with it. With any course you take in life, there's going to be the good and the bad, right? And sometimes we just have to accept all. We can't expect one journey to be all good because it's not realistic. It's not what real life is. So there's something about you trusting the process and not being afraid to keep going, even though it may not feel like you are, receiving all that you could. Because sometimes we just have to take a step back and look at the overall picture and see how much we truly achieved over the years. It's like basically the expression where I say, if you put a bucket in the shower with a leaky faucet, it may look at the moment, it's like, oh, that's not that much water. And then 3 days later, you look back, the bucket's full, overflowing. So it takes time. And I think you're someone who has great time management, somebody who's also not afraid of things taking time. With the fix and fix doesn't mean accept. When I wrote this card, what I meant, like what this means. So basically fixing is when something changes, you solve the problem, you make it better, right? And then accepting is you accept it and allow it for how it is now. So what could be, like specifically what this means, pile 3, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is you could be a very accepting person, a very understanding person. You could be the type of person that doesn't try to fix people, try to change people. You allow people to be their imperfect self. You allow people to be human. And what makes you drop dead gorgeous, specifically about your personality, is you're very accepting, very understanding, very generous, very loving individual. And that's what I'm getting with this card. So what does the 8 of Cups represent? Okay, so this 8 of Cups here is basically like, the original Rider-Waite is of this guy with a wand, and he's like, basically he has all these 8 of Cups, like he has like basically almost everything that he's ever wanted, but then he looks past the mountain and he's like, you know what? I know I could do more. So he's basically like leaving these cups behind onto the next journey. And that's what basically what that cup means. But on this specific cup, it's like a person that's out to dinner and he's like running out. So, and then we have the King of Swords under that. So what I'm getting with this, it means walking away from something that is no longer fulfilling you, because you know you could find something better. The general meaning is you're turning back on a situation that feels empty or draining, and you're choosing peace and growth and the future, even if it's hard. You realize that you deserve more emotionally, spiritually, and personally. Moving on, letting go of disappointment, seeking deeper meaning, outgrowing a person, place, or mindset. Reverse, yeah, it's upright. So that's what that means. So what I'm getting based off the topic, which is what makes you drop dead gorgeous, is you're not afraid to walk away from something that's keeping you stagnant in order to find something that is more fulfilling for you. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career, whether it's friends, partners, whether it's a location, it don't goddamn matter. You leave behind stagnancy, you leave behind whatever is keeping you comfortable and stuck, you know? So for some of you, I think for some of you this could be a very, very specific message, but for some of you it could literally be a partner that maybe, you know, wasn't the best, and maybe was, you know, was someone you had to think a lot about in order to leave behind. So take it if it resonates, if it doesn't. Okay, so that's what I have with your cards. Let's see what we have with your Pinterest board. We're going to talk about more physical traits, because I know we talked a lot about your mentality. But let's talk about your physical traits. So what about your physical makes you drop dead gorgeous? So the first thing is, there could be something about your outfits, your glasses. Maybe you guys have glasses. People really like your glasses. Maybe your jeans, your pants, your sweats, your nails, your jewelry, your handbags. Maybe you guys wear Timberlands. Maybe you guys wear like headbands. There could be something about the way you do your makeup, your crop tops, maybe your like layered jackets. We have the name Sydney. There's something about Scooby. It says, call me Scooby because I can't do this anymore. I'm dead. So maybe some of you guys, there could be something about Scooby-Doo. Solving mysteries. Maybe you're like the type of person to solve a mystery. Or maybe you let mysteries, you know, stay unsolved. Maybe there's some things where you're like, you know what? I'm not going to lose myself trying to figure out the pieces to this puzzle because I'm going to go crazy. There could also be something about maybe some of you guys are athletes. If you're a man, you could have a really, really nice jawline. Again, really, really nice jawline, whether you're a man or a woman. People could like your blush. You could have really nice blush, like natural blush. You could have beautiful lips. You guys could just be overall sexy. You could have like really youthful skin. There could be something about your shorter hair for like if you're a man or identify as a man. And if you're a female, you could still be shorter hair. It could also just be how wavy, how curly your hair is. People could also like your really strong brows. Maybe you have more bushy brows. There could be something about chicken nuggets. There could be something about, it says everything can go right, will go right. The law makes us fear the worst, reminds us that life has a funny way of working out, often in ways we couldn't have planned and even ever tried. It's not about blind optimism. It's about recognizing that sometimes our plans falling apart leads to something unexpectedly wonderful. Wow. Wow, that's actually so crazy. Pile 3. Maybe that was a message that you really needed to hear. Because that really fits with the tarot that we got. It was almost like, basically like walking away from something that's not working for them, and it's almost like looking at it with optimism. So I think that could be a really I think this is Humphrey's law. It's basically, maybe this wasn't supposed to work out because something more unexpectedly wonderful is coming your way. So, love that. You guys could be maybe skaters. It could be something about skating. I'm also getting, people could really love eye color. Maybe you guys have like hazel eyes. You could look really great with like a set of like red nails. People could also love your button nose. We keep getting like button nose. You could have a really, really cute nose. I also just like, there's like a sparkle in your eye, pile 3. There's something about like the glimmer of light and hope in your eyes. Maybe there's something for some of you. Maybe you guys are like artists or songwriters. You guys could also be like intense, or there could be something about like She looks like there's like someone aiming like a scope at her. There could be something about being not afraid. Well, like even if like you're like the type of person to not be afraid in a situation that most people would be afraid. And that's what makes you so drop dead gorgeous. Definitely songwriter. Maybe you guys like write your own songs, and that could be what makes you drop dead gorgeous. You could be very artistic. It says, as long as I know the shape of my soul, it'll be alright. Wow. Wow. Oh, I'm smiling from ear to ear. Pile 3. There's nothing for you to worry about. If you're worrying about something, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And what makes you drop dead gorgeous is like you're like Jake from Adventure Time. You're like, as long as I know the shape of my soul, it'll be alright. Everything works out for me. Everything that I ever needed, I know the universe got my back, and I could trust myself to make it through. It says your schedule doesn't lie. It says there's an old phrase saying, what you're doing speaks so loudly I can't hear what you're saying. So you could say that your primary value involves putting your family first, but if time with your family is not all over your schedule, well then the truth of the matter is your family isn't your priority. Maybe this is saying like where you spend most of your time is what you are prioritizing. So if you're spending most of your time dilly-dallying or like, you know, doing something that doesn't fulfill you, then that is what you're prioritizing. Maybe that's something that you taught others. Maybe this is something that you already know. Maybe this is something that you've already been implementing, and it's like you've been prioritizing truly what makes you happy. Pipe down, princess. Stop being a meanie weenie. Oh, that's so cute. The holy water. So you guys can wear like bandanas or scarves. You guys could have like really cute like sets. You guys could be good singers. Maybe some of you guys are getting married soon. There could be something about the name Amanda. Okay, what else? Maybe some of you guys, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is maybe you really take care of your physical health, and you guys could have like abs or like really nice booty, really nice muscular legs. Maybe you get like a matching set of nails with your man. That's fucking hot. We love that. There could be something about if you're a man, you could have really nice curly hair, wavy hair. The number 77. I miss you a little bit. There could be someone who's missing you. What makes you drop dead gorgeous is you are somebody who is missed deeply. People miss you. People miss your soul, your spirit. People just miss being around you. Maybe specifically your family. There could be something about your dedication to your family is, you know, what makes you drop dead gorgeous is like your love and care to spend time and quality time with your family and really live life and prioritizing that rather than things that don't really matter in this world. There could be something about you, like people missing you, and it says stop being so fucking hot and living so far away. People could feel like you live far away, but you could be doing, you know, pursuing what makes you happy. Maybe you're like trying to find more time to spend time with family too. It says be the person you would look up to. You already are the person you look up to. But that's what I have for you, my beautiful pile threes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did. Make sure to give this video a like, consider subscribing. Let me know how I did in the comments, and I'll see you in one of my next ones. Bye!